Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for this opportunity to speak with you. I have a flyer which is reproduced in Stephen's newspaper, and I'll be at the back door later. That gives you the general what I'm about and so on and so forth. I'm campaigning on three main issues at the moment: a lack of openness and or transparency and accountability, reduced spending, and what I like to call administrative bloat. However, because of the shortage of time, I'm only going to address one of those three topics, and this one is the lack of openness and transparency. Cast your minds back to early June of this year, when I and a couple of other concerned folks distributed a flyer to most of the businesses along 100th Street and 100th Avenue and the streets adjacent to our main drags. If you attended the open house on the Court of Morinville project, it might well have been at least partly because of that flyer. I'm now going to read to you from an email letter I sent to Morinville's Chief Administration Officer on the 18th of June following that open house. And you decide if the town is being open and transparent in respect of at least this topic. When we had coffee last Wednesday, there was some discussion about the Court of Morinville area structure plan, specifically with respect to the potential cost to business and or property owners located within whatever the project boundaries might be. At that time, I believe we heard you say words to the effect that once this ASP is passed as a bylaw, anyone within the identified area of the project who desires to either construct a new building or renovate an existing structure would, upon applying for the applicable development permits from the town, then have to comply with whatever provisions, standards, policy, guidelines, or whatever wording you want to use, had been approved under the bylaw. If we heard you correctly, then why was this not clearly stated at the open house? The reason for my discomfort stems in part from the following statement from the press coverage of that open house. In response, and this is a quote, in response to a circular distributed to local business people, it was made clear the ASP was not a downtown revitalization plan or business improvement district plan. Simply put, the ASP would not tell or ask business owners to invest in streetscape improvements. The news was a relief for the many business owners in attendance who had learned otherwise from the flyer. Chamber of Commerce manager Jay Parent said she had received phone calls this week expressing those concerns, unquote. The circular referred to, of course, is the one which prompted our coffee meeting. Comparing this statement with what you told us last week, I respectfully submit that had the whole story been told, the many business owners in attendance would probably have been a whole lot less relieved. Quite clearly, if a business or property owner undertakes to complete any renovations to an existing building or to construct a new building, it could potentially cost them substantially more money to meet any new bylaw outlining heritage preservation guidelines and policies, design guidelines and policies, or sensitive redevelopment of older neighborhoods. In other words, development permits could be rejected under this new bylaw. To me, this means potentially they have to spend considerably more money than they might otherwise have contemplated. According to the timeline given by the town, this whole thing will be a reality no later than March of next year. Based on what was heard and seen during the open house presentation, there appear to be a number of variations between what was presented verbally and our understanding of what the presentation slides indicate. For example, one question was asked about there being a theme or specified storefront design. Vicki Dodge very specifically answered no. Yet when we turn to the slide called Project Objectives, I read with interest such items as develop heritage preservation guidelines and policies, develop streetscape and design guidelines and policies, and give direction for sensitive infill, redevelopment, and mixed use in downtown neighborhoods. In my mind, this slide and Vicki's no are at odds with one another. And coupled with the photos presented by Mr. Klippenstein, which look remarkably like facades or themes, I am now somewhat confused. Without trying to be too terribly negative, we believe that the people who attended this first open house were inadvertently misled. However, if administration waits until the second open house to address some of these concerns, there will probably be fewer people in attendance, since it is presently assumed that their primary concerns, i.e. potential costs to them, have already been dealt with. We suggested that they contact everyone who attended the meeting. This is the response that we got when we sent the letter.
Yeah.